Alright, I'm back. Literally, that was like 2 seconds, and I didn't fucking take my shot yet. Sit on my coaster. Okay. So, I'm thinking this is a good time to just tell you guys more about me. I would do a like question and answer thing, but I don't have fans to ask the questions, so I'm just gonna answer the questions that I think are important and kind of define me as a person. You never know someone unless you're with them, unless you actually know them. But we can also give you some details so you can understand where I'm coming from more and like more about me. So one thing that I think will be a big question for a lot of like young people who are coming into their sexuality and watched my first video and see that like I'm in a relationship with a girl, would be probably when did I come out, or like how did I know I was gay, or like when was my first relationship, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna be vague about it, but I realized I was bisexual back when I was about 12, 13 years old. It's kind of a young age now that I think about it. But some people supposedly know these things when they're like 5 years old. Like, I really didn't know there was such thing as gay. Like, I never really was around any gay family members, even though I had some. I was kind of sheltered from that. So I didn't know what gay was. Like, my parents were together forever, so all I seen was like man and woman together forever. I just thought that's how life went. And I always wanted kids, so it's like, of course, you gotta reproduce. I learned that at age 12 to like 11, learned about reproduction. I mean, we all knew about it at probably a younger age because that's just how life is. You find out about things when you do. It is what it is. Like, it's not really a secret. I mean, it's kind of a secret, but it's life. And when people find out, it's an interesting thing, and it gets talked about to other kids. So I had heard about this from other kids, basically. Not in a bad way, like no one harassed me or anything like that, or abused me, but I just found out through other kids. Like, they were talking about it, and I just got interested, started looking more into it and listening out for it more until I figured out what it was. So I knew what it was, but I also learned about it at age 12. This is my son's toy box, by the way, that I was supposed to be putting together in the last video that I didn't even put together. So basically what happened was, a friend that I had in middle school, we weren't really super tight. We had this like on and off relationship where we weren't really super close. Well, I think she had a crush on me, so she like asked me like, well, she found out about her sexuality, I guess, and she asked me like, oh, are you gay? Because I guess the way that I dress, like the way I act, I'm like a tomboy. So she figured I was gay, and like, oh, she wanted to be my first girlfriend, and I was just kind of like denying it because I really didn't know what it was. Like, I knew what it was, but I don't know if I was just in denial, but like I said, I never seen it actually played out in front of me, so I knew what gay was, but I thought it was just a word. You know, they say like, oh, you're gay this, you're gay that, and it's like, oh, you're gay. Boys say that all the time, and I'm like, okay, I caught on that gay means you like boys or something like that, right? So I'm like, well, gay means you like boys like boys or whatever. I guess girls could be gay, and she's like, are you gay? And I'm like, no, I like boys. Like, what do you mean, am I gay? What makes you think that? So now I'm curious, like, what makes you think that? I mean, it's not my first time that, like, when I was a kid, I would watch movies and think about the girls in the movies. I would, like, be like, oh, she's so cute. And I would never be like, oh, the guy is so cute. Like, oh, he's so hot, I would want to date him. Like, Chris Brown was the only guy that I was ever into like that. And then, like Love don't cost a thing. I was fucking in love with her. Like, what's her name again? I can't remember. Christina Milian. Oh my god, I loved her so much. I was like, I want to marry her. Like, I would think that, like, ooh, she's so fucking sexy. Like, if I can't be her, I want to be near her. And it wouldn't be like, oh, I want to marry her. I want to do sexual things. It would just be like, ooh, like, look at her body. She's bad. Like, I wouldn't really register what I was thinking. So when she said it, I was like, am I gay? Low key, girls are more attractive to me than guys. Like, I look at girls and be like, she got a nice ass, she got a nice body. But with guys, I just be like, oh, he has a good personality. Like, he's kind of cute when he smiles a little bit, you know. He's a little strong. Like, it's more of like what you can do physically or like emotionally and mentally versus like girls that just be like, oh, you're cute. Like, you're cute. I want to hug you. I don't know what else I want to do, but I just want to hug you. Like, I want to be near you. I want to feel your vibe, feel your energy, feel your soft skin. Like, I didn't really register what it was. So when she asked me, I was like, no, what makes you think that? Why would you ask me that? And she's like, basically was like, oh, I don't know. And then after that, she kind of like pushed away from me. So the next day, I'm thinking about it all night. Like, maybe I am gay. Maybe I do want Amber to be my girlfriend. What's wrong with me? Like, I didn't know that. Like, she really just opened up this part of me I didn't fucking know was there. So I came to school the next day and I'm like, trying to write her messages again back. Like, we would write them literally in a journal. Like, I probably still have my journal with this stuff in there. But I think she wrote it in her journal this time. So, because at the time, my journal, we had these diaries / journals from our English teacher that we were supposed to write down basically our our day-to-day thoughts and stuff like that. She would just check to see that we're doing journal entries. It was just a part of us to mentally like help us through life, and it did help me a lot because I am a very sensual person, and it let me be that person in the journal. I didn't have to be that person physically in real life, but it did make me realize like how I would really think if I really wanted. So, like, if I was old enough to really do these things, like, I want to try these things, but my son just took a deep breath, and he's sleeping upstairs in his room where there's no door and no full wall, so he can probably hear me. So anyway, I went back and I'm like texting her. I'm like, oh, let me see your phone. I'm like, oh, I think I do like girls. Like, I really like you. And she's like, oh, okay. I don't know, I guess she was mad or something. But that opened it up basically, and like after that, I didn't figure there was really any other gay girls at the school anyway, so I'm just like, whatever, I'll let it go. It's not even that big of a deal. I don't know what was coming over me in the first place. And then when I went to high school, well, 8th grade I had a boyfriend. 9th grade I also ended up meeting this guy that was also a Taurus like me. We're the same sign, and we got along really well. But he was like 3 years older than me, and he was into sexual activities. I wasn't necessarily ready for that. So after I realized I wasn't ready for that, I broke up with him because I didn't want to. I felt bad because I'm like, this man's like about to be 18 soon. Like, I'm still 14 years old, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want him to be waiting for me forever. Like, I'm probably not going to be ready till I'm 18, 19, 20 years old. That'll be 4 more years, you know? So I was like, we need to break up. And plus, besides that, my ex from the 8th grade, we were still like thick as thieves. So I would like do anything for him, and we would talk a lot. Even though we weren't physically together, we thought we would be together. We really did. And you know, he did his thing, I did my thing, but I also was very honest about what I was doing. Like, when I had a boyfriend, I told him when I broke up with him, I really did. And I feel like he told me when he broke up with his girlfriends and stuff like that, but he never told me when he rekindled back with them. So it was kind of fucked up because I left all my relationships and all of my like bonds for him in a sense too, but I still wasn't really ready for what we were doing. But yeah, so then like after we broke up, a couple months later, like I would be more open with my sexuality and like letting people know I think I'm bisexual, like I'm bi, I like girls, like this and that, you know, I'm more into like I know they're sexy, like I love this. And then one of my close family friends, like we used to call each other cousins. I still consider us basically cousins. Like her parents come to my house still, to my parents' house, not my house, but to my parents' house. And they connect all the time. Like my parents and her parents are really close friends. Her uncle is my dad's best friend since they were like elementary school kids. So he helped my dad move out here and like showed him everything about Arizona. We're from Cali. We moved out here when I was 13 years old, going on 14. So she knew, well, she was like on the basketball team, and she knew all the girls on the team and which ones were bi or not. And basically, I guess one day one of her friends was like saying how she wish she had a girlfriend, like there's no one that's gay at the school and stuff. And like she was like, oh, Nunu's gay. She's like, Nunu's gay. Nunu's bi. She likes girls. And she's like, really? She's so cute. Like, I can't believe that. She's like, no, she really does. Like, I'm gonna ask her if she wants to like talk to you, and y'all can like get to know each other more. And so she talked to me the next day, or like a couple weeks later, or like the next day. You know how high school be like, you live for that drama. You come to school just to figure out what's going on. Like, okay, this person told me this, let me get on that so I can get something going on in my life that's gonna be interesting. So she told me, and I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, oh, there she is right there. Like, it's funny how life plays out, because she literally was right there when she told me. Like, she popped up out the, like, oh, hey, what's up? Out the blue. And like I kind of knew of her. I'll call her Shorty, because she was short. She was short as fuck. Like she was like up to about here, you know. I was like taller than her, and I'm 5'3", so she was a shorty. And she had a big booty. Oh, sorry. Going too much into detail. But yeah, so that's like just describing a little bit about her. She was a Cancer, and Shorty basically came up right when I was like talking to Lana, and I already had told her like, I'm down, like, yeah, she's cute, like, I'm down, let's talk, like, we could talk, just introduce us or whatever, you know, I'd be shy. So she popped up, and it was just like, Lana, oh, sorry, I gotta figure out a name to call her. I'll call her, oh, sorry, I'll call her, I don't know what to call her. Libra, I guess. We'll call her Libra, because, and I'm sorry if I'm copying Naja. Like, I'm gonna just shout Naja out because I love Naja. Voodoo Child, the Voodoo Child. I watch her videos all the time, and I'm very into horoscopes. And she's basically giving me like, she's like, I don't know, giving me the strength to like be confident, like the confidence to do what I'm doing right now. And I feel like she'll know that Libras are just unexplainable. So she's a Libra. So if you know anything about Libras, or maybe I'll go into the detail about this later, but she's a Libra, and I feel like that's an important factor to her personality, because Libras are very good friends and very friendly, and that's how our relationship really started off. So, you know, Libra just blurts it out, and she's like, oh, I just was talking to Neonda, and she said she wants to talk to you too. And, you know, she's like, now Shorty's blushing, and she's just like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, like, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, cool. Let's talk. So then she's like, I'm gonna leave you alone. Like, Libra's like, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go. Let's go. And like, she rounds up all the friends like, let's go. They're talking now. Let's go. It's time to go. Like, she's such a good friend at the same time. Like, she's such a good friend. And then we were just talking and chilling after school, and basically like my parents didn't get off till 6:30 or later, so I would basically just be at the school chilling until my mom could pick me up at 6:30, because I felt like it was the safest place. Like, I didn't want to walk all the way home. AZ is hot as heck, and when you start school in August especially, it's the hottest. It's like over hundreds every day. And Chandler High is an outdoor school, so we would just be like chilling after school, walking around, going back inside the gym, stuff like that. And because they did basketball, it made me like have a place to be after school where I could chill with them in the basketball room and stuff like that. So then we started hanging out a lot, and that was my first like real girlfriend. We got along really well. She was a Cancer, and I already said that, but the only thing was I feel like she was very secretive and wouldn't really communicate with me about what was going on in her life and take it out on me, and that turns me, being a Taurus, especially that young, to turn my back too, because I'm like, I'm a very trustworthy person. I'm very understanding, like open up. I'm like Justin Bieber. Open up to me, that's all you gotta do. Give me all your heart, swap it out with you. Swap it out with you. Alright, so yeah, like I'm like, come on, like exchange. Give me all of you in exchange for me. So I'm like, well, if you ain't give me all you ain't about to get the exchange. What you mean? So all me staying over here. So basically, like, we lasted for a while. At least close to a year. So after freshman year, I was with her like the last couple of months of freshman year, like 4 months probably, and then we would chill after school a lot. She was a lot of my first experiences with a girl, like kissing. More of my sensual side came out with her. Well, I mean, my sensual side came out with my first boyfriend in 8th grade too, but I was just a very sensual person. Like I said, after those journals, I kind of got to be more myself, but I wasn't having sex. I mean, I had tried to once, but we'll talk about that another time. But it's not really like I enjoyed it or I was like fucking, like I wasn't doing all of that. I was just sensual. Like I like to kiss, I like to touch, I like to hold tight, caress, like I like that. So we did a lot of, freaky stuff, experimental stuff together as far as like kissing and ear nibbling and like laying on each other, being there for each other, being close. After the summer, we didn't really talk much, and I was used to being like on AIM Facebook, and I'm like, why didn't she talk to me? Why didn't she reach out to me? Like, she didn't call me much. I don't know if it's just because her mom didn't accept it or whatever, but I took it personally. I took it personally, and when we came back, I was just kind of like, she didn't talk to me. We must not be together no more. And I seen her around the school a little bit the first day. She didn't really pay me no mind. She's just busy seeing all her friends. And it's like I wasn't really important to her. And I just like felt like, if I'm your girlfriend, I better be important. I am important. What are you? You're not gonna come say hi to me? I don't care if you are shy. All the things we did, you better not be fucking shy. What is this? Where is this coming from? What is going on? So I was like, me and her must not be together. So a whole week went by where we're like really not talking to each other like that. We're not like, we haven't hugged, we haven't even said hi. Just see her from across the way, and I was just like, sorry, you're gonna come like say hi to me. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the actual like camera thing. Like I said, I just got this phone a couple of days ago, and I think the camera's over there. So like I can't see it. It's dark. It's on a phone. It's not like a lens where I can look directly in the lens. Plus, I gotta make sure I'm looking good, looking at myself. Ain't that like normal? I'm not a perfect YouTuber. I'm gonna learn though. So anyway, I'm talk to the camera. Talk to the lens. Hope I still look decent while I'm talking to the lens. Okay. I know these is real thoughts. Real thoughts. Okay. So she didn't decide to come up to me and talk to me till like 2 weeks later. And by this time, I'm like, we're not together. And I'm maybe I move on fast. I don't know, but I'm looking at these new kids, these new freshmen, like, I really wasn't even looking at these new freshmen like that. This one girl just really caught my eye, and she was a sweetheart. Her aura was so genuine, and I just like, who is this? Like, when I first saw her, I was just like, who that? Not my type at all, but she's cute. Like, she was a blonde, really silky straight hair, perfect blonde color, perfect blue eyes, and like, She wore her hair down like the first day of school. It was like cut kind of like to here. She played basketball, and I didn't really know until after I saw her like carrying her basketball stuff, because basketball is at the beginning of the season. They actually practice off season during the summer, so she had been practicing, like she had already had all her stuff. So I started catching on like she plays basketball too. Cool. She's probably gay. She wears basketball shorts every day and t-shirts, and then she would wear her hair like in this little cute little bun in the back. And she was just such a like innocent sweetheart. When I heard her talk, I was just like, something about her. And this has happened before, but I'll go over that another time. So I'm out. My bad. Tear it open with your mouth. That's what we got teeth for. So basically, I'm like, oh, I'm single. She's cute. Well, then the next day that I saw her, after I was thinking all these things, she was with my ex, Shorty. She was with Shorty. I felt like Shorty was my ex at this point. I'm like, wow. So Shorty hanging out with her too. Maybe they like each other or whatever. So I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm over it. Whatever, cool. Like, I'm not gonna sit over here and go after Shorty's girl. So Shorty comes up to me later this day, and it's like, I want to introduce you to my best friend. Like, this is my best friend, my freshman best friend. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's your best friend. Cool. You could have said hi to me a long time ago. And so then I'm like, whatever, girl. I'm like, that's cool, but your best friend was looking cute the other day. I'm like, I might be trying to get close to her. Now you over here talking about this your best friend. You ruining my whole chances, like. So yeah, that happened. I was thinking about that, and then like, she was dating another girl, and I just would like watch her from a distance and like think to myself like, she's a really dope female. Like she's kind-hearted. That's the type of girl I want to be with. Like I really like her. She's open, honest, and Shorty just was more reserved, and I just needed someone that was going to be open with me so I could be open with them. Like I needed openness at that point in my life. So then, what am I going to call the new girl? Blondie. So Blondie basically was getting like messed over, like fucked over by her ex, or the girl that she was with. She would be back and forth with her, and I would just like be keeping tabs. And then so one day I was like, okay, I'll be at her basketball games, and I wrote her a note. I'm like, I'm gonna write her a note, have someone give it to her, about like what I think of her, and that I want to show her what a girlfriend's supposed to be to her. And this was like months later though, like at least 6 months into the school year, like a while. Like I didn't just make a move that quick. Like not that I didn't respect Shorty, but at the same time, I was young, and I was very in that mindset of like, do for you, take care of me first. No one's gonna take care of me but me. And like, if this one I feel is right, I'm gonna do it. I'm very much in that mindset at a young age. So I wrote her this note, and like she was like, basically responded to it like, okay, like that's cool, let's get to know each other more, stuff like that, because she was still hooked on her ex. So she's like, doesn't want to start anything with me too soon. Well, after they're broken up for a couple months and stuff, and I had been like a good friend to her, she was like, okay, let's try it. Let's be together. Like, I like you. We vibe out. Like, not even just that, but we probably like kissed or something like that, and knew we wanted to be together. So that was my second girlfriend. That relationship lasted at least 2 years, a little on and off. We were together for like months, perfectly fine. And like little things would happen, and my territorial ass would fuck shit up and like break up with her because she talked to her ex or stuff like that. And we got back together, but then I broke up with her again because she talked to her ex. The first time it was for some other reason. I felt like she was avoiding me, or she could have been going through anything in life, but I took it personally, and I was like, you see me every day during class, in the middle of class, like you never came to see me this time. It's been weeks, like you're acting different. Let's just not be together. What is it? Some other girl? So she took me back again, and then I broke up with her again just for talking to her ex and not talking to me first. And then for the rest of my senior year, because that lasted through like sophomore year through junior year and through the beginning of senior year. And then for the rest of my senior year, I was like, I'm going to be single. It's whatever. It is what it is. And I was pretty much single that whole time. Well, I was single that whole time. Wasn't really having you know, sex, but I did have my first like try with Blondie, and it was good. I just didn't really know what to do. Like I didn't know what to do. But yes, we had some good times. Good time. And then after that, I didn't date any guys. Like all the guys were just douchebags. I wasn't attracted to any of them. Even the cute ones. I was just like look at Blondie. She's cute. Like that's all I care about. Sucking titties. So anyway, eating the cat. That's what I was interested in. Trying to figure out how good I really am at the things I want to do. So then, basically, like, I never really came out to my family. My mom stalked my Facebook or seen my, like, messages before to someone about my girlfriend when I was with Shorty. And she started banning me from, like, internet and stuff like that. So I would go to the library all the time after school to talk to whoever I wanted, post what I wanted. And I used the computer at home. And one day, one of our family friends, I guess, saw me kissing Blondie during lunch, because I was, like I said, I've kissed a lot with my girlfriends and stuff. And then she like blurted it out to me one day, and I was just like, y'all nosy, like it's my life, let me do me. Like I had my little rainbow spike belt, and I just like was into rainbow stuff. I was into that kind of stuff. I kind of dressed like a STEM, I guess. Like I wore my jeans around my hips, and like my little rainbow spike belt was white leather with the rainbow spikes all around it. And I wear my like little shirts that come right to my lines, my belly lines, so you can see like a little bit of space right there. Or like my little like Hawaiian, like the necklaces with the stones, like the round stones that are cut into like little small beads. Like the like I can't explain, like yeah, like kind of like seashells and stuff like that. Like they're short and they have the little twisty part on the back. I had one with rainbows in it. My mom threw it away. So I was like, just to give you guys an idea of what I kind of like dressed like at the time. And then after that, because of my situation with my mom not agreeing with it, I did try to have relationships with guys for a long time, and I ended up being with my ex. And after I broke up with him, I dated another girl. She was a Cancer. She had a boyfriend. That's a story for another day. But yes, that's basically my first experiences as a true bisexual, lesbian, whatever you want to call me. Like, I still feel that I'm bisexual because, of course, I find guys attractive. Like, you know, like I find them attractive. It's cool. I'm in a relationship, so I'm a lesbian now. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that's that story about, you know, how I came out, what let me know that I was gay, my first gay experiences in relationships. And after I'm gonna set shit up about this toy box, I guess I'm gonna get on that and talk to y'all later. Bye.